baseball is more global than ever. And when I take a look at the top 100 prospect list, I'm not thinking about the next big stars of MLB. I'm thinking about players I would love to see participate in the World Baseball Classic. So without further ado, let's get right into the list of players I'd love to see play in the future of the World Baseball Classic. Starting us off is JJ Wetherholt. He's eligible for Team USA and Team Korea. He's the number one prospect in the Cardinals organization. He would most likely, if he played in the 2026 World Baseball Classic, play for Team Korea, and I honestly have him as my favorite for the 2026 NL Rookie of the Year award. This past year, he hit 306, 421, 510 with a 931 OPS. I think he's going to be one of the future stars of baseball, and I'd love to see him partake in the World Baseball Classic, whether that's with USA in the future or right now with Team Korea. Next up, we have Konnor Griffin. He's eligible for Team USA. He's only 19 year old. He's only 19 years old at the time of making this video, and he's the number one overall prospect in all of baseball. He's also the number one prospect in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. He would most likely not play in the 2026 World Baseball Classic because he's, as far as I know, only eligible for Team USA. But I'd love to see him play in the future for Team USA, especially after he finally debuted in the MLB. He hit this year 333, 415, 527 with a 942 OPS. I cannot wait to see him play in the World Baseball Classic someday because I think it's inevitable at this point. Moving on, we have Samuel Basallo. He did debut and have a cup of coffee toward the end of the year with the Baltimore Orioles, and he'd be eligible for the DR. He has been talked about being the starting catcher for the Dominican Republic in the 2026 World Baseball Classic, and that'd be pretty awesome. Like I said, he made his debut in 2025 towards the end with the Baltimore Orioles. They gave him an extension, so he's going to be in Baltimore for a while. And he had a good little short stint. The power is honestly for real. That's what he showcased the most. I think he's going to be a future top 5, maybe top 10 catcher in all of baseball. Again, his slash line didn't look the prettiest. It was only 31 games, but he hit 165, 229, 330 with a 559 OPS. I think it's a small sample size, nothing to really get, go too crazy about. But I think what he did showcase that the power is for real. Next up, we have Travis Bazzana. He's eligible for Team Australia. He was a former first overall pick in 2024. He's a number one prospect at the second base position and 17th overall in baseball. He has dealt with some injury in his pro career, which has kind of delayed him and getting to the MLB. I feel like he probably would have been up if he didn't deal with injuries up to this point. But this past year, he hit 243, 384, 417 with an 801 OPS. This guy has played in Australia in the professional league, and he would honestly make that team so much better. And it'd be a lot of fun to have him on Team Australia. Next up is Leo Dallas de Vries, who's eligible for both the Netherlands and the Dominican Republic. He's ranked the third overall prospect in baseball. He would most likely play for the Netherlands in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. There's been some talk about him playing for the Netherlands in the 2026 Classic. So it'd be a lot of fun if he played for the Netherlands just to finally get him into the World Baseball Classic. And then hopefully in the future, he can get onto that star-studded, stacked Dominican Republic team. And these next players, I group them up as a trio because they're all from the same organization and they've all basically climbed the system together. And that would be Max Clark, Kevin Mcgonigle, and Jose Briceno. Max Clark and Kevin Mcgonigle are both eligible for Team USA. I would love to see them play in the future after they finally debut in the MLB, and I do think they will be the future, along with the guy that I mentioned earlier in Konnor Griffin, and even maybe JJ Wetherholt. They could all be the future of Team USA as we continue to play this World Baseball Classic. Jose Briceno is somebody who could potentially play for Venezuela this year in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. That'd be a ton of fun, and I think he's primed to take over the catcher position once Salvador Perez finally retires from the game of baseball. Like I said, they've all climbed the Tigers system together. They're all currently in Double A, and they are the future stars, and they are made for an event like the World Baseball Classic. I think it'd be a ton of fun to see them at an event like this. Next up, we have Jurrangelo Cijntje, who he's eligible for Curaçao and the Netherlands. I'd love to see him pitch for the Netherlands in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. He's an ambidextrous pitcher who throws both left and right. He's currently ranked the 90th prospect in MLB. I mean, like I said, just to have that electric arm that can throw from the left and the right side would be awesome at the World Baseball Classic. I need to see him on that Netherlands team. It'd be a ton of fun. And then last but not least would be Jonah Tong. He's eligible for Team Canada. He made his debut for the Mets towards the end of the 2025 season. Again, it was a small sample size. He pitched to a 7.71 ERA in 18.2 innings, but he showed a lot of flashes of electric stuff on the mound that I think is going to play up, especially in a World Baseball Classic, where he'd be a big boost to that Canadian pitching staff. His windup also reminds me and is very reminiscent of Tim Lincolnson. So those are some of the prospects I'd love to see play in the future of the World Baseball Classic. Let me know in the comments below who are some players you'd love to see play in the future of the World Baseball Classic. And make sure to subscribe and like this video if you like the World Baseball Classic as much as I do.